project stroke contractor. Here we must be very keen. Let me read an example. Construction of selected roads in Mukono municipality. Lot 2. Anthony, Kame, and so on and so forth. How I wish, I don't know whether the designs of all these roads are the same. If they are not the same, then just lotting them, grouping them, without giving some details of them, will be a disservice. Because if the designs are not the same, that means the scope is not the same. And therefore you cannot just lot these roads. Lot 2, you have about five roads, different design, different kilometers. How I wish they had given us the details there of these specific roads under that lot. But also for us to go and be able to supervise. Because oftentimes, not these people, but oftentimes there are cartels amongst our own staff and the contractors and the consultants. So to beat that, we must have these details too. We have my colleague there was, why are these roads, why do they take so long? And that has been a question to us all. Recently, the Prime Minister swung in action and started, in fact, abusing contractors that are slow, abusing our staff. And it's because these contractors are given multiple projects. You find a contractor like ZCC being given a project under KCCRP, and again Greater Kampala, then the government of Uganda. They are over burdened with the contracts, and you find that they have no equipment, no enough capacity to be able to handle these roads. Just recently you have given Kodo C, this Chitezi road. It has not yet started. The Chitezi road under KCCRP. People are abusing us. The projects are slow because you give contractors multiple projects under different programs. But also it's important, Madam Chair, for these people to give us the start and completion date. In all this, there is no any indication of when a project is supposed to commence and when it's supposed to end. And yet, if the contractor delays in actual sense, we have he has to pay damages. He has to pay penalties in terms of liquidated damages. Now, how are we going to monitor that if we don't know the start and completion dates? So they must be clear here. This contractor is beginning this project on this date and is supposed to complete it on the other date. In case he fails, he's supposed to pay penalty, because they are taking us for granted, and usually there is a cartel. Our people, our supervisors, our consultants are so lenient that they cannot even, they have already built a relationship that they cannot impose a penalty on these contractors simply because of something I don't know. He has ably convinced us that we need 44 billion for restoration of assets. That's very critical. Very critical, and as a matter of urgency, we need that money. But I don't know whether they have actually quantified the contribution from the community. For us to actually know the actual cost of the project. Because if the community contributes land, that must be valued and added on the actual construction cost for us to know that the total cost of this project is this much, and there has been a contribution of the community. Because of that, when we are doing, when I was a mayor and we are doing Ring Road, Kulambiro Ring Road, I was able to convince the people to give me land, and they actually gave me land. And while the bank added me 2 roads for convincing my people, because they had contributed land. How about if we quantify the contribution of the community for the World Bank to know that actually the community needs that? The other last, for now, let me end there.
Thank you, Honorable Balimwezo, the incoming Lord Mayor.
Thank you
for that submission. To add on that, we have so many Ugandans who are looking for contracts.
Is this Mackinnon Road? Have you gone through that road, honestly? In the center of the city. Mackinnon Road. Mackinnon Road. The president at times passes there. The speaker passes there. Members of parliament pass there. Many government offices are located around that road. I am guided, and I'm also convinced that that road should be a priority road, Mackinnon Road. So members, those of you who are going to be with him for quite some time, if it is not there, delete that part of the money, put it on that road. That road is a must. I hope I'm being heard clearly. Mackinnon Road. It goes to very many government offices. And it is so bad, by the way. Of all the roads now around this area, it is the worst. It's a short stretch from here, Eso, I don't know, but around there anyway. Then up to number 10, Nakasero. Yes, honestly. The Hilton Hotel, how do you want to put, who will come to that hotel with that kind of road? One of the most, not so, sir? Thank you very much. So I think unanimously agreed that it should be given a priority in whatever you are doing, engineer, and your incoming road mayor. I kindly request, of course the minister, I'm sure he has no problem with that. You can fast track it. My sister, I'm begging you. It's for our own.
Through you, I wish Chair you would add on this road.
Which one?
From Nambole to Mukono.
But you are the boss.
No, that is not part of. It is
Nambole to Mukono.
Yes, you know that road.
That one is going to be sorted.
But it's
not. It is being done.
I was wondering.
But anyway, it's not part of your jurisdiction, but it's being done, honestly. I know you are going to be a very good
I wish you could give me that money, Chair.
I wish you had come earlier. The ministers also, the minister. Let's
Chair, just in the preparation of our first over the MPS, this was a very hot matter, but because of the budget constraint, we were advised to think about it, to take care of it in the next budget, financial 2027-28. I mean 27-20. This is 26-27. Yes, 27-28. And we followed that advice. And also you are aware of the priorities of the budget when we really had to come up and try to reprioritize. And then we said, this is our scale of preference. So we were advised to come down a bit. And then we look at the available resources, but it is one of the things, actually, that is the most unfunded priority under my ministry. Then on the issue, Honorable Chair, Mackinnon Road is under KCCA, under dot service. So it's one of the roads to be done by dot service. It's already contracted out with dot services. They have a framework. Yes, tomorrow we shall speak about it in detail. The same Chadondo and others. In the same way, my shadow minister is gone, but I think I needed him to understand this. The road for Chitezi, again, is under KCCA, KCRP. KCCA has only 4 kilometers of it, and then 10 kilometers in Wachiso, but it has been contracted to run from Chitezi, Mpereire, through Chitezi, up to Chiti, to join, I call it Uncle Katumba's, General Katumba's road of Kasangati to Matuga. Then, when you look at this, page 57, because of our connectivity, the new roads, you find that we have a road called Kungu Buambo, which will be connecting from that one so that we can put off Buambo Kungu so that we can ease some bit of mobility around those roads. So this is out, it's not under my ministry per se, it's not the GKMA, Chitezi is being handled by, and the contract was cleared on Friday. That's why the contractor now is mobilizing equipment to take shape, and I've seen they have started taking possession of the site. Then the engineer will talk about the routing. Why ramp pump roads? Are they the same specification? That's when you speak about it. But on the issues of delayed construction, yes, at the surface and the onlook by anybody, including me, we can say it is delayed. But all these civil works we talked about are still under the contractual period because they were contracted for 18 months, and we expect them to end come September 2020, June 2027. So they are still within the contractual period. But other things we should note, where I'll also ask the engineers, somehow briefly will expound on it. Some of the roads, yes, there is a time frame which is there, either by law or by the engineering principle, that when a drainage is opened, has to settle. 28 days before you press asphalt. If you hurry, the road will develop some bit of bumps. So those are there, and sometimes you have nothing to do. You wait for it to settle, and then you continue with the works. But with all these roads under my program, under this program, we are the first batch. We expect to receive them 2027 come June. That will be the 18 months elapsed. So from there we shall now start to say, are we there or not? And I'm happy to inform that when you look at the progress in detail, some roads already have reached 98%, 85%, like the first roads of Chira municipality and Mukono municipality. Almost they are there. They are almost coming to its conclusion. So that's where we are. Then on the issues of priorities, yes. One June, I think, he asked the question of whether we have similar programs with Ministry of Local Government, especially the lead one, which is pillar number 3 under the program. No. Local government, yes, I agree the entities are under local government, but local government, as they don't implement their lead program, especially of the things we do in the GKMA. And this is similar to WISMID. You find that most of the municipalities we're talking about under GKMA didn't benefit from WISMID. And we only started it because they knew the program is going to do some similar things, so we couldn't come in to duplicate. So whatever we are doing is outside there. We agreed and harmonized. On the issues of roads, one member, Honorable Chair, asked about the maintenance. If you look at the roads we are constructing, the urban roads now, we are promoting or we are upholding the drainage system as part and parcel of the roads. And that's why we come up with a covered drainage system and other things. Because we are cognizant of the fact that if you don't take care of the drainage systems, you would have done nothing. Maybe you would have washed and then spread in the mud. And this is the reason why some roads even tend to delay. If you went to Monansana municipality, Katoke, Nabweru, you find there is a problem there. People are just concentrating on the drainage, which is almost taking 6 months to fix. Once that is done, we are sure to protect this road for the next 30 years because our roads are designed for at least a minimum lifetime of 30 years. So we think in the next 30 years, at least the road should just wither out or tear out because of the usage, not because of the drainage. And of course, we intend to plan from 2027 onwards. We intend to plan for maintenance, especially unclogging these drainage channels. But at least now we've provided for them. We don't expect water to affect, apart from human activities. And this is the reason why we've been seeing trade order affecting trade order, so that people get out of these systems. And I remember over time, I've been here and my uncle General Masika has been complaining about you are doing a road, you are wasting it. Nowadays, at least the message is get off, then we can receive all the insults, but it's okay. Everywhere you go, roads are now clean, including removal of sigiri from heating on our roads. Now, at this juncture, yes, item number 1 on the priorities, policy. Honorable Chair, you agree with me. The first time I interfaced with this committee was also to address matters of KCCA Act. The ministry is implementing whatever we are doing under that Act, Section 1 Act. But this is an act. We still have functionality issues and operationalization. Policy, medical framework, because remember, we have KCCA, which is very small, 197 square kilometers, but working in a very big space of over 5,000 square kilometers. Then at the same time, the geographical boundaries of these areas, because of urbanization and growth, they are very thin. It's hard to tell where Chira municipality ends and Kampala starts, somewhere in Ibanda. You only meet and they say, when you are done with this depression, you are now in Kampala. Now, Visusa is Kampala, this is Chira municipality. And other areas. Much in the Sabaga, we always have a call with His Excellency the President. Whatever he sees there, he says, Kampala. We say, no, but this is much in the Sabagabo. You can't tell where much in the Sabagabo starts from and ends. So, at a time T, I will come back if I'm to stay in this ministry so that we address some complexities about the legal framework of the entire GKMA and expansion. Because in the next phase, as I come for this project, I'm talking of now we are completing almost, the scope is done, opening to the cities. I want to reach Jinja, I want to reach Masaka. I want to reach Busunju somehow. So you find that we need a comprehensive legal framework of Metropolitan, not Kampala Capital City Authority. Because currently we are just working on using the KCCA Act. Someone can come and say, but this is the Kampala Capital City Act. So we shall come back and speak about it. That's why the policy here is they are trying to develop governance issues, governance policies, so that GKMA can easily and ably and effectively be coordinated. Because at times, there are certain things I don't ask when I go to the entities. They say this is local government. You only stop on physical planning, infrastructure. Stop there, minister. Or to Yingiri, this is now our thing. So we have to run back to local government. I thank the Minister of Local Government. We've been really moving together. Accountability. Sometimes I can't ask accountabilities. Can you imagine of the money I've given them? They will say, no, but this is for us, we report to local government. But it's me who has given you my money. Why don't you account for it? And then we move forward. So these are now the governance issues we do there. And they wouldn't be similar to number 9 of the monitoring. Number 9 is mainly the political leadership to monitor and also the technical and so on. But I appreciate the vanguard. I'm actually somehow suffocated especially by these people and then the police and other things. So I may find that I'm not effectively executing my mandate there. And I fear to go to a certain entity and say, give me fuel. They say, for us, we are in local government. You can't go to NASA and say, give me fuel. No, local government. And yet you have my funds. So, engineer, can you please, lastly, local content. Our companies. Honorable members and chair, when you go into the details, I said, this is our detailed works. You find that a total 44% of all the constructing companies are local. Given works in Machinde here, Kampala here alone, almost Kampala. Out of the, how many companies are 6 in Kampala alone? Almost 90% are local. Multiples, multiplex, what? Chiru, these Ugandan boys, Robert and whatever, those are the companies. Nansana, apart from one of the 4, 3 are Ugandans. Actually, Wachiso is almost all of them, apart from the first batch, are Ugandans. And also, there is a clause in our financing agreement that if you have an international company, 30% of all the works must go into local, local. And this one, we call it, to find local content, local content. That's why you see a lot of GVAs being promoted. So that the issue is transfer knowledge and expertise. So at 24 you go back to your China, we have Ugandans who can carry on this work. And I'm happy, so many companies, there's Spider by certain Ugandan engineer, so many companies, Abubeka, Technical Services, Starling, Starling is our own. Is even older than all of us here. So many companies have come up and we've given them civil works. Then there is also another condition. If you've not completed 75% of the previous work, we don't give you new work. We say, umulako, leave others also to do what? To participate. So that's another condition which is now hindering or preventing what we call the multiple contracts of different contractors under GKMA. So this thing has been every done, and all my prayer is that we need a voice, especially as we are promoting our Ugandan companies. They should be serious. They cause headache. These guys, the day I always ask them, you find that most of the headache they are coming from our Ugandan companies. These internationals have mastered the deal, but this one. But all in all, we are trying to promote. Lastly, on the general issues, quantification of land contributions. Yes, assessment is being done. To see what is done, we shall bring it. But the donors, we are thinking that sometimes they think we are oppressing. We said we are not oppressing, but we want work. If Ugandans have postponed, have deferred compensation, I say, please do the job. Whether you get this work, the rest we shall handle. But this is being done. But the most crucial ones were those restoration issues and also minimal compensation. Social amenities. You are like almost cutting through a health center and they have land to expand. So you build for them the health center back. Even to tell them that we are not coercing Ugandans into this, but we are trying to coexist and also trying to make Ugandans more responsible. You know, when a Ugandan contribute. So lastly, let me call upon the engineer to speak about those two technicalities which are beyond my level of